It's time for that age-old debate. Who's better, Pokemon or Digimon? Growing up, I was always on Team Pokemon. My experience with Digimon is I watched a little bit of the anime. I owned Digimon World 3 for the PlayStation 1, but because I was a stupid child, I didn't know what I was doing and I kept getting stuck at the same part, so I would constantly make a new save file thinking, oh, this time for sure I will figure out what to do, and I would never figure it out. So never beat that game. I can't say how many hours I put into that game, but I was just looping the same beginning part of the game. I just couldn't figure it out. And then more recently, I played like maybe 2 to 3 hours of a Nintendo Switch Digimon game, which I don't remember the name of. I enjoyed that one, kind of. I just did that thing I do with video games where I play them and then I put them down and then I never pick them back up. But Digimon Story Time Stranger is the latest entry into the Digimon series. Apparently it's been in the works for 7 to 8 years. I decided to try it out because people have been saying nothing but good things about it. I have not seen anyone say anything bad about it, and it is fantastic. Now let's take a step back. When it comes to Digimon, I've always been put off by the fact that they become kind of humanoid. Oh, you're cute.
It must be
What the?
a human.
Motherfucker, you're a human! I also just didn't really like the fact that they can kind of, one Digimon. It's not like Pokemon where like Charmander is the only thing that can evolve into Charizard. You can have multiple Digimon digivolve into the same guy. I think as a kid, I wanted more Pokemon, and Digimon wasn't just Pokemon, but again, it was something different, so I just never really got into it. But after having just streamed 7 hours of the new Digimon game straight, that is the longest I've ever played a Digimon game. My god, I'm hooked. This game is fantastic, and I will go as far as to say it's probably better than anything Pokemon has put out in recent years. Now, this isn't to say that I like Digimon more than Pokemon now. Pokemon is my life. I still can say without a shadow of a doubt, I enjoyed Scarlet and Violet more than what I'm playing now, but that's just the Pokemon brand doing a lot of heavy lifting. As a game, as a product, this new Digimon game is phenomenal. So if you're open to trying other monster tamers, I would say give it a shot. There's a demo you can play. The demo, in my stream playthrough, about 4 hours of my game time was just on the section that is the demo alone. That is because I like to collect all the monsters, of course. And the way you collect Digimon, for people that may not know, is you, at least in this game, I think it's how it works in most games actually, at least in Digimon stories, you just battle them over and over again until you've collected enough data to kind of like create them. Another thing that used to bother me about Digimon was I didn't really like that they all had Mon at the end of their name, but I don't know if this is confirmed or if it's just a fan theory, but I've heard people say that the Mon is kind of like a file extension. So you know how you've got .png, .jpeg, .mon is kind of, it's not .mon, but like the Mon at the end it's kind of being treated like a file extension because they're data, they're digital monsters. And now that I've like wrapped my head around the idea of, okay, these are digital, it's computers and stuff, I'm liking it a lot more. I think I can even get behind some of them becoming humanoid if there's like a reason for it. Like I think one of the humanoid Digimon I've met so far, he's like a satyr, and I think someone in my chat said that it's like he's like half human, half Digimon or something like that. And like lore things like that is kind of cool. Maybe I just need to learn more about it to like kind of get invested. But yeah, I've probably barely scratched the surface of the game. I wanted to come on here and make a video just talking about it because one, I'm going to be streaming it a lot until Legends ZA comes out. I want to try and hopefully beat it before Legends ZA comes out. And two, I just think people should check it out and give it a shot. Like I said, there's a demo you can try and see if it's for you, and if you like it, I'm pretty sure you can transfer your save file from the demo to the actual game if you end up buying it. I'm pretty sure. This isn't sponsored. I did reach out and say, hey, can I have a review copy? But I didn't get an answer, so I just bought the game myself, and man, I'm so glad that I did, because this is a treat. Pokemon fans that are fans of Digimon are like, wow, I have 2 cakes. I'll be honest, I had no clue what the gameplay of Digimon was, I just looked at the Steam trailer and I just saw how the models looked in game, and I was like, all right, I gotta play this. Another issue I have is I find a lot of the bigger Digimon I don't really like the designs of as much. I definitely prefer the smaller Digimon. But apparently in this game, I don't know if it's exclusive to this game, but apparently in this particular game, you can power up your small Digimon to be just as strong as the bigger Digimon. So because yeah, in Digimon you can Digivolve and you can Digi-Devolve. Probably should have mentioned that. Yeah, you don't have to, because there's so many like split evolution lines and all this other stuff, and it's free. There's no cost to doing it. It's just once you Digi-Devolve, you have to train it up again to then Digivolve again. A lot of the gameplay is like quite comparable to Pokemon too, but it's also quite unique. I think as a Pokemon fan, it's relatively simple to wrap your head around it. There's personalities, which is essentially natures, and you can change them over time to have your Digimon gain in particular things better. So if you want a nature to focus on your Digimon's attack stat, you can shift its personality to do that. You just gotta like answer specific questions. Like it'll be like, is it good to be smart? And if you don't want it to become more of a special attacker, you're just like, no, stay stupid, my friend. All of the Digimon in your box also gain EXP. So like grinding, as far as I understand, is relatively simple. I will say my one dislike of the game so far is there is a grinding DLC that you can buy, which first of all, I just think is kind of cheeky. It's like £7 for this grinding DLC. I bought it because I have limited time with this game. I've got like 10 days from now before Legends ZA comes out. I want to try and beat it. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy this grinding DLC because knowing me, I'm going to want to collect all the Digimon. So let me try and make it easier on myself. At the point I could access the grinding DLC, my highest Digimon was level 8. The way evolution works in Digimon is kind of weird too, because you've got your guy, you level him up, he's able to Digivolve. Once you Digivolve him, he goes back down to level 1. And then you have to grind him back up more. So it was like, so there's a bunch of different stages. There's like training 1, training 2, then there's rookie. The Digimon I'm talking about was Patamon. It's rookie 8. So it's like, I guess stage 3, but I got it as a Patamon. Anyways, it was level 8. And I did 1 EXP grind from the DLC, and it gave me an item. Like basically an EXP candy. 10,000 EXP. What the fuck? Is that a lot? That feels like a lot. So if I give it to this guy who's level 12, immediately becomes my highest level guy. I've been playing for 5 hours. Jesus fuck. It's basically cheat codes, and I don't know if I like that. And if that's gonna be a thing, I feel like that should maybe be accessible, like maybe New Game Plus, or maybe like later on in the game. I don't know. It just feels like it feels like a lot. It feels like cheat codes. Obviously, it's my prerogative if I use that or not. I can just not use it. And I'm not gonna use it excessively. I'm just gonna use it when I'm like grinding up a new team or something maybe. That's like my one gripe I have with the game so far. Another thing, there's no multiplayer for this game, so you can't like go online and do PvP with your friends, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's not like a deal breaker for me. It's nice to not have this pressure of like, oh, I need to have like competitively viable Digimon. You know, it's nice to just be like, it's just an in-game playthrough. I don't have to. I'm gonna probably min-max because that's just how I play. But it's nice to just be like, it doesn't matter if my Digimon are kind of butt. It's really not that big of a deal. The bosses genuinely feel like a little bit of a challenge too. Like they don't just hold. Like it takes a while to beat them, and you actually have to use effective strategy. Another thing actually is most of the story. I think it's just the story is all voice acted.
You know,
I thought about
despite your outfit,
you literally
really nice, aren't you?
You picked out these clothes for me. I'm wearing the clothes you gave me. The fuck? Like side stuff isn't, but that's kind of normal for games like these. Like the first game that comes to mind to compare it to is like Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like I'm pretty sure most of the story stuff's voice acted, but then any side sort of dialogue isn't, and that's fine because like funding all of that probably quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. Like I said, I streamed it for 7 hours the other day, and I don't think I had a single person come into my stream and say anything negative. I think this is a little bit of a case of Digimon wins by doing nothing. Not that they didn't do anything, they put out an amazing product. But I think if this was a few years ago, Pokemon fans would be a lot more defensive. But because of the state of how Pokemon has been lately, I think people are being a lot more open-minded. And I have to defend Pokemon with my life, you know? Pokemon should take notes. I think this is just a fantastic game from the art style. The story is kind of like intriguing me quite a lot right now, actually, because I just like these types of stories. Grinding is not too much of a slog either, because you can speed up the grinding. You can speed up from 2 times to 5 times speed, and you can also auto battle. So if you know you're going to beat things easily, you can just let it auto battle. As for if I think this will make me go back and play other Digimon games, very unlikely, because going back and playing other games is really hard for me, because I'm playing the best version of Digimon, let's say. Going back to a lesser version that's got like less features and less quality of life and just less quality overall, I'm just not able to do that personally. But I will definitely be keeping an eye out for more Digimon content in the future. It's really nice and exciting to kind of get into a new franchise. I felt that way about Fire Emblem, because whenever I'm watching a Nintendo Direct, I can be like, ooh, I know Fire Emblem now, instead of being like, oh, I don't understand or know what this is. So anytime I see anything Digimon related, I can be like, ooh, I understand Digimon now. It's great. I love it. So yeah, if you need something to tide you over to Legends EA, Digimon stories, Time Stranger. So while I'm editing this video, there's some more things I want to add, because I'm getting some comments. I made some posts on Twitter. People are saying they're not really comparable, Pokemon and Digimon. And first of all, am I insane? I feel like my whole time growing up it was Pokemon or Digimon. They most certainly are comparable. I mean, you can compare anything, but if I can't compare Pokemon to Digimon, then what the hell can I compare? Yes, they are different in a lot of ways, but otherwise, if they weren't, like they would be too similar. They've got to have differences. Palworld, a game that is quite different to Pokemon gameplay wise. They get compared to Pokemon because the designs look like Pokemon. You can compare 2 things. I don't think Pokemon and Digimon are that far removed to where it's like, nah, I can't compare them. And yes, you absolutely can. And I will continue to do so. For example, I mentioned the natures thing. There's kind of like natures, but in Digimon it's called personality. There's also abilities that you can get your Digimon. They have one of them, at least is where I'm at in the game. They have one ability. You can change it to another ability depending on the personality, but they have abilities. They've got pretty much like the same stat lineup, except instead of PP, there is like mana. And also I think it's spirit instead of speed, because I think how they determine turn order is different. It's kind of like Legends Arceus, I guess, kind of. Not as bad. Legends Arceus' turn order was terrible. Of course, they evolve. You know, not every monster tamer has their creatures evolve. Yes, the way you obtain Digimon is different, but if they just did like, oh, you're throwing something to catch Digimon, like, it would just be too close to Pokemon, you know what I mean? Like, of course there's going to be differences there, because if there's no differences, then it's just the same thing. Like, am I crazy? You can absolutely compare Pokemon to Digimon. There's even elemental types. The way Digimon handles it is there's like 2 types. There's like, I guess what the creature is. It's either a vaccine, a virus, or just data. And then there's like, I think there's like 3 others, but I think those are like the 3 main ones. And then there's the elemental types, which can affect Digimon differently. Like there is fire, there's like dark or shadow damage. Like they have elemental types too. I just feel like insane. People saying you can't compare Pokemon to Digimon. Like, to me, that's like Pepsi to Coke almost. It's like, what do you like more, Pepsi or Coke? It's like they're so similar. Maybe I'm insane. Can't recommend it enough. Genuinely fantastic game. There's too many games coming out. Honestly, there's too many damn games coming out lately. But this one's definitely worth your time, I would say. Obviously, I'm only 7 hours in, but from what I've played so far, I already know that I'm gonna love it. Yes, I'm gonna be streaming this regularly until Legends EA comes out. So come hang out with me and stream if you want to see me play it live. And more videos on this channel coming soon. I think I kind of understand the direction I want to go with this channel now. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys for hanging around and supporting me all these years. If you like free-for-alls, by the way, they're uploading on the second channel. So check out free-for-alls on the second channel. Second channel is Hood Cal. Anyways, enough plugging myself. Go play Digimon. It's great.